Welcome, seekers of the truth, to the Magical Services channel. So, this is going to be a most supreme, timeless pick a card reading for the general collective being done on this last Friday of May 2026. But it will apply to you whatever day you first happen to click on this video. With that said, collective, let's get into your reading. So, for this pick a card reading, three cards. It'll be a three-card pick a card reading. So right now, take the time to select which card your intuition is pulling you toward. Card 1, or card 2, or card 3. Pause the reading if you need more time. So let's get into it. So if you picked card 1, the card that came out for that is the Nine of Wands reversed. So in the deck that I am using, that means guarding not from strength, but from trauma. Preparation turned paranoia. The line drawn, but in shifting sand. Resilience worn thin. One more blow may break the stance. Now, speaking more traditionally, the reversed Nine of Wands is a card of emotional exhaustion, weakened defenses, burnout, and the psychological effects of remaining in survival mode for too long. Upright, the Nine of Wands represents resilience, persistence, and maintaining boundaries after repeated challenges. Reversed, that resilience begins to crack under accumulated pressure. This card often appears when someone is emotionally drained from constantly anticipating conflict, betrayal, disappointment, or instability. There is a strong theme of hypervigilance here. The feeling that you must always stay alert because experience has taught you that vulnerability can lead to pain. Over time, this creates defensive patterns that become psychologically exhausting. In relationships, the Nine of Wands reversed. The reverse Nine of Wands commonly indicates emotional walls, fear of intimacy, trust issues, and fatigue from repeated emotional disappointments. A person may want connection deeply while simultaneously resisting it because they no longer feel emotionally safe opening themselves fully. This can create withdrawal, guarded communication, or emotional inconsistency. However, the reversal is not purely negative. In many cases, it marks a breaking point that becomes a healing point. The card can indicate someone finally realizing that their defenses are no longer protecting them, they are isolating them. Instead of fighting harder, the energy begins shifting toward release, surrender, and emotional recovery. Psychologically, this card asks whether your current reactions are based on present reality or unresolved past wounds. It warns against assuming every situation is another battle. The nervous system may still be responding to old pain even when circumstances have changed. Ultimately, the reverse Nine of Wands is about reaching the limit of emotional endurance and recognizing that true strength is not endless resistance, but knowing when healing, rest, and vulnerability are necessary for growth. Now, if you picked card 2, then that card is the Nine of Cups reversed. So in the deck that I'm using, the Nine of Cups reversed means satisfaction turned to smugness, abundance mistaken for completion, emotional gluttony, consuming joy without gratitude, desires fulfilled yet still restless. The wish card granted, quote unquote, but the wish was shallow. Bliss enjoyed alone while others go thirsty. Um, so all those could be meanings of the Nine of Cups reversed. Now, in the more traditional sense, the reverse Nine of Cups is a card of emotional dissatisfaction, hollow fulfillment, unrealistic desire, and the realization that external achievement cannot automatically create internal happiness. Upright, The Nine of Cups is traditionally associated with emotional satisfaction, pleasure, abundance, and fulfilled wishes. Reverse, it exposes the limits of that fulfillment when emotional needs remain unresolved beneath the surface. This card often appears when someone has pursued validation, romance, success, attention, or material comfort, believing it would finally make them feel emotionally complete, only to discover that, that the anticipated emotional fulfillment never fully arrives. The reversal highlights the difference between temporary pleasure and genuine emotional nourishment. Psychologically, the reversed Nine of Cups frequently points towards emotional compensation patterns. A person may attempt to fill internal emptiness through external stimulation, approval, fantasy, indulgence, or escapism. This can manifest as overconsumption, emotional avoidance, vanity, addiction patterns, or constantly chasing the next emotional high while never feeling truly satisfied. In love readings, this card can indicate emotional disappointment, idealization collapsing into reality, or relationships built more on fantasy than authentic emotional connection. Someone may desire the concept of love more than actual intimacy or expect another person to provide the emotional wholeness they have not cultivated internally. It can also point toward hidden loneliness inside relationships that appear satisfying externally. Spiritually, the reverse Nine of Cups acts as a corrective force. It asks whether your desires genuinely reflect your emotional truth or whether they are substitutes for deeper unmet needs. The card ultimately teaches that fulfillment cannot be permanently sustained through external validation alone. At its core, the reverse Nine of Cups is about emotional recalibration, recognizing that pleasure, attention, or achievement are not the same thing as true emotional alignment and inner contentment. Now, if you picked card three, collective, then the card that came out as card three is the Three of Wands. And in the deck that I am using, that means, or that could mean, personal fortitude and strength of character, accumulated power set in motion toward a distant goal, the initiation of an enduring partnership based on absolute trust, honor maintained in a time of desperate struggle, taking full responsibility for a decision and bearing the solitude of leadership. Now, traditionally, the Three of Wands is a card of expansion, momentum, foresight, and future development. It represents the stage where initial effort has already been made and the results of that effort are beginning to move outward into the world. Unlike the Ace of Wands, which symbolizes raw inspiration, or the Two of Wands, which focuses on planning and decision making, the Three of Wands indicates that movement has already started and larger opportunities are beginning to emerge. This card is strongly associated with growth, exploration, enterprise, long term vision, and widening horizons. In traditional imagery, a figure stands overlooking distant waters while ships move across the horizon, symbolizing opportunities, progress, and the expansion of influence beyond familiar territory. The message is clear: the future is opening, and the individual is being called to think beyond current limitations. Psychologically, the Three of Wands represents confidence in forward movement. It often appears when someone begins recognizing that their life, ambitions, or emotional capacity are outgrowing their current environment. There is a sense of anticipation here, not passive waiting, but strategic expectation. The person understands that their actions have already initiated a process that is now unfolding. In relationships, the Three of Wands can indicate romantic progress, expanding emotional possibilities, or connections moving into a more serious or future oriented phase. It may also point toward long distance relationships, travel related encounters, or meeting people through broader social expansion. In career and material matters, this is one of Tarot's strongest growth indicators. It often signals business expansion, networking opportunities, increased visibility, international connections, or long-term success beginning to materialize. At its core, the Three of Wands is about stepping beyond confinement and recognizing that momentum, opportunity, and expansion are already in motion. So that's what I had for you today, collective. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely made it for you to enjoy. And if you did, please like this video or comment this video or share this video or subscribe to our channel so you get first dibs on future uploads. And of course, all those actions would greatly help me grow this supreme channel of ours. In case you wanted to help me do that, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, beyond that, make sure to check out the offer in the description box. And beyond that, I thank you very much for your time, and I thank you very much for being here. And until the next time, blessings.